Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this Tuesday morning. We're getting April started off good. We had a good show yesterday, and we got a good one today. We got a special guest here in the studio. But first, let's get our weather done by Haney Technical Center at Baldwin Road and Highway 77, run by the Principal Mike Heppenstall and the very able-bodied staff right there. High today 77, low tonight 57. Got that little 20-degree variance. But water temperature now has jumped up to 64. And I'm looking at a long-range forecast. Now, today's going to be nice. It's a pretty day today, but we may have some rain coming Wednesday and Thursday. But John was just telling me next week we should be getting into the 80s, so that's exciting there. Let's take a look at our river readings. The Apalachicola at Bluntstown, we're reading now. It jumped up there last week. You can see the gates opened up last Friday, and it just went straight up. But now it started dropping out. But it's reading this morning at a 12.1, so the river is still really high on Apalachicola. Now the Choctawhatchee at Caryville, it's reading a pretty steady, right at 7.9, just dropped from 8 foot, but now the rest of the week it looks like it's going to be nice and steady. Our tides, we have a low tide this morning at 105 and a high tide at 237 after lunch. You got a good steady flow there. Marine forecast now is going to be east-southeast at 5 to 10, so really nice day on the water if you're off today and get a chance to get out. East-southeast at 5 to 10 is ideal, okay? But we do have some rain coming, looks like. All right, let's take our first break, and we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Our good guest, Alan Courtney.
Good morning, Coach.
Glad to have you. Alan always comes in this time of the month and just tells us so much about bass fishing. So what's been going on?
Well, a lot. There was 5 weeks last weekend, so that was even more fishing going. Not last weekend, last month, right. So that was even more, and you'll see that coming up here. Do you have a good Easter?
We had a great Easter.
You hunt some eggs?
Yeah, we did. we actually decorated them, hid them, and all the kids found the eggs, and we had a great time.
Yeah, we did that as well. So grandkids had a wonderful time. So you ready to get into this, showing what some of these guys caught?
All right, let's see. We
got one up there already.
Good about bringing these pictures. I love pictures. It shows you what kind of how healthy these bass are this time of year. Yep. So what do we have first?
Well, the first club I don't have a picture for, but the Bay County Bass Club, Wayne Gay won it. They went up to Compass Lake, and he won it with almost 16 pounds. So that's a pretty good catch up at Compass Lake. Now this first picture though is the Seminole Bassmasters. Mm-hmm. That is Ricky Spears. They fished Lake Seminole, and he won it with 15.5 pounds.
Okay. So actually, Compass Lake was a little bit bigger then.
Yeah, they had a good turnout up there. I think second place was like 13 pounds up there. So,
right.
This one is the Miracle Strip Bass Club over in the Fort Walton Destin area. They fished White City, and Kyle Brooks won it with 15.66 pounds, and his big one there was over 6 pounds.
Wow. So, way to go, Kyle.
Yeah, you know Kyle, don't you?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's been around a while.
He's been fishing a while.
Mm-hmm. This is the Poor Guys Bass Club. Justin Brooks and Jason Calloway, they were at Lake Talquin, 12 pounds, 10 ounces, won that tournament there.
All right.
And the next photo should be the Lunkers Bass Club. Mm-hmm. They went to Lake Seminole. Chris Sabo, they had a 2-day tournament.
Okay.
This is one of Chris's catch, 38.58 pounds for 2 days, and his big one was over 8 pounds. So.
Wow,
that's a good catch for 2 days up there.
Speaking of big one now, this is nice one right here.
Let's see, that's a new club. They started this year, the Florida Bass Anglers, and that was out of Lake Talquin. That fish weighed over 9 pounds.
Wow.
So, and Tony Carrington won it, 17.5 pounds, but the big one there was over 9 pounds.
Okay.
So, which you go your whole life and never catch
I
9
know
pounds.
it.
So that's really good. So, our next one, that's James Grant with Gulf Coast Bass Anglers. They fished at Martin Lake, there that is over here in town, and didn't have a big catch, 7.75 pounds, but that's what it took to win, and a win is a win. So
Martin Lake.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And the next one is the Consolidated Bassmasters. They had 2 tournaments this past month.
That's a familiar face.
Yeah, Alan Duke. He's been on a roll here for the last 5, 6, 7 months.
He has that.
And he has really done well. That was at Lake Seminole. He had 19.87 pounds, so that's a good bag of fish there. And the same Consolidated Bassmasters went to White City a couple weeks ago, and Sherman offered one that was 9.81 pounds.
Okay.
So, which is not bad for White City. The water's been high down there and muddy down there because of all that rain.
It really had an effect on it.
They're letting go all the water out of Seminole. You know, you follow it right on down the line. You know, and it flows downhill and blows right on down there, and so maybe it'll get right here soon down there. Now we're going to get into the monthly tournaments. Well, let's see. This is the Tuesday night shootout. I'm sorry, we got a couple more that we started on every other Tuesday night, and I'll show you all a little bit more about that later. But Kevin Toller and Gus Peace won it with 10.32 pounds.
All right.
And this one is Hub City Bassmasters, and they fish over in the Fort Walton, Pensacola area. Aaron Richardson won it, but they came over here to Deer Point Lake, and Aaron won it with 10.32 pounds.
They go to High Point or what?
High Point Landing, yeah. And that he was a no-boater, so he just won it out of the back of somebody's boat.
Really?
Never know.
Yeah.
So then the Southern Bass Anglers, we went to Deer Point Lake, and that was Darren Ribbon. He had a couple good ones there. He had 5 that weighed 16 pounds out of Deer Point Lake.
Wow.
So some really good fish. The last club one is, this is a media bass, which is a monthly trail, and they have Jace Hilton won that. This was over at Black Creek Lodge, 12.42 pounds.
That river's been high over there too, hasn't it?
Now, I haven't been over there in a long time.
Yeah.
You know, so
I've been on the river readings.
You got to pick and choose your battles, and if you don't go there all the time, they'll take your money over there.
Yeah.
So but this will get into our monthly trails that we just have once a month.
Okay.
And this is the Winter Trail, and Bobby Smith, you've seen his picture, and his grandson Austin Rhodes. Now that was a tough one, 8.12 pounds down at White City. You know, but doesn't matter. And most of us head toward Lake Wimico and that direction when it was time to go, and Bobby seen him go the other direction.
Bobby goes the other way.
He knows it was tough and high water, so I guess it probably wasn't as high going to the Weetapo, Sandy Creek area, that direction. You know?
Yeah.
And he only caught 8 pounds, but he won it, and that's all that really matters. So, so the next one here is the Extreme Bass Series held over at Talcon once a month. Chris Sexton and Keith Taylor won it with right at 25 pounds, so that's a really good catch.
That is a nice catch.
Mm-hmm. Then the American Bass Anglers has 2 divisions in this area, one at Seminole, one at Talcon. This is at Lake Seminole. Kyle Brooks won it, 15.77 pounds.
All right. Yeah, we're looking at 5 weekends. That's why we got so many pictures.
Yeah, there's 5 different weekends. Now, this is the ABA over at Lake Talcon. Titus Langston won it with 18.48 pounds.
All right. A couple more.
Yep, a couple more. This is the Bass Nation. It's the amateur way to make it to the Bassmaster Classic, so to speak. We had our tournament 2 weeks ago at White City. There's a no-boater division and there's a boater division. This is Mr. Joe Curbo. He won the no-boater side with 6.49 pounds.
That's a good way to do it.
You don't know who this guy is.
Check this guy out.
But he got a little lucky that day. Yeah.
Who is this?
I don't know. Ugly mug right there. But that was that day a week ago Saturday. It was miserable. It was raining. It was. I got off the water early when the lightning almost hit me. So anyway, but I had 15.5 pounds down at White City, which is a pretty good catch right now. So.
That is nice. And you're going to show us later what you caught him on.
Sure, I am.
Now, you didn't Photoshop that picture, right?
No, I did not.
Okay.
No, I did not. That'd be bigger than that if I did.
All right, last picture.
We had our Deer Point team trail. Yeah, Kevin Toller and Gus Peace. They're hard to beat on Deer Point right now. But this past Saturday, the Deer Point team trail, they had 13.29 pounds and took the win there. So
that's a good job, fellas.
Yeah,
good job.
They're doing really, really well at Deer Point.
So. Yeah, a lot of you had some of those familiar faces and you had some new faces.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good.
The familiar ones, like I said, Kevin Toller and Gus Peace, they've got dialed in at Deer Point. I don't know.
Yeah.
I told everybody the other morning, this is the enemy. We're out to get them, and we didn't get them. They took our money again. You know,
oh man!
But
all right, let's take our break. We'll come back and talk about what these fish were biting. All right, welcome back. We're here talking about bass fishing. We're going to come back on the air. So let's keep talking about
it. Might as well. That's what we're here for.
All right, so what's been going on?
Well, I just thought I'd show a couple of the lures that I know some people have been catching them on. And there's such a variety of lures. And I'm a firm believer bass will hit anything at some point in time. If you get it in front of him and he's maybe not necessarily hungry, but he's territorial, so they'll hit it. But when I won that tournament a week ago Saturday, all I did was just run. I knew the water's coming down. The river's been high for a couple, 3-4 weeks, and it's on the way down. So I basically went and just hit all the feeders in the different creeks that I knew of. So the water's going to be slowly coming out of them. So therefore, the bait fish is going to be coming out of them, and the fish are going to be sitting there waiting for the bait fish.
That's a common sense approach.
It is. It is common sense, and a lot of people do it.
Yeah.
It's a timing thing. You know, I went and pulled into one feeder creek, and my first cast was a 3-pounder, my second cast was a 4-pounder, and my third cast was a 2-pounder, and the same, you know, back to back to back. So I might have just won this thing, you know.
Wow.
So, but you never know. But in the feeder creeks, I would throw this. It's a Zoom cut-tail worm.
Okay.
If you can see that.
You got that color there. Okay. We got it.
Watermelon red magic. But I would just put about a 1/8 ounce to a 3/16 ounce weight on there and just throw it. And we've got the old bang lure. Those are the 2 lures that I caught those fish on.
Okay.
The bang lure is a topwater lure. Everybody knows what that is. Lip.
Okay.
Usually has a lip on it. This one got broke off.
Now, did you break the lip off, or
the end of the day? And this was brand new that morning. You can see the sides already gone. I've caught several fish on it, but you just have to fish that thing slow. I mean, just it has a spinner on the back that'll make a little bit of a throw the water when you're working it, you know. But I work it so slow that doesn't even come into play. I just where it's enough to barely make a wake, you know.
Okay.
And that's how they've been wanting it for me lately. So, but that's the 2 that I caught those on that day.
Oh,
You got to have patience to fish that thing.
Yeah.
And if you catch a couple on it, that'll give you the
confidence,
confidence to keep on throwing it the rest of the day,
Yeah.
you know, like
Yeah.
that. So, and another good bait this time of the year when you get in the junk, lily pads and there's this topwater frog. There's, you know, everybody makes it nowadays.
Yeah,
and
that's
throw it
been
on,
around.
you know, throw it on spider wire because you're throwing this thing in junk and lily pads and all kinds of grass and next to wood and stuff, you know. So make sure most of these lures, if you're going to be throwing in cover like that you use spider wire. You know. That's almost a must. No sense in not being able to get them out of there if you get them on. You know, so you got to have the right tackle. So, and then just good old standbys that I show quite often is the fluke is always a good all year long bait.
Yeah, you can't
spring,
beat that,
no,
yeah.
you can't. And I've showed you before over at Anglers Tackle, or I'm sure Bass Pro Shops, you guys can buy this marker that, and I always paint the tails with the chartreuse color that stands out, you know. And you just pull the cap. It's just like a magic marker. Paint the tails with it. So
cool.
Yep, that's what I always do, and especially in the springtime. It seems to work better. And I wanted to show everybody's heard of the Alabama rig. It's been out there for a long time. They've made these things a little smaller now. I have not. I've thrown it from time to time and not caught a lot on the large one, but I have caught a couple since I've started throwing the smaller one.
Oh yeah.
Yep. And you can put any size you want. And they also have the spinners that they've put about halfway up the arms on each of these things. Just brought this in to show you that it's there's all kinds of stuff out there.
These are legal in
now.
tournaments and all.
They are legal here in Florida. I think certain states limit you to being able to have only like three lures in the water at one time, so they would have a 3-arm. But they do work, and they look. If you've never used one, they look really awesome coming through the water.
They're like a school of fish.
They really do.
Yeah,
So
wow.
And the fish key in on that. I've caught a couple in the small.
How do you work it? You just order this.
It's just a chunk and wind. Just throw it out there and reel it in.
But slow or
as slow as you can without getting hung up. I've lost a couple,
Yeah.
I lost a couple of the big ones, and that's like $50 a pop. That wasn't no fun.
Man.
Once you buy the rig itself, and then you outfit it with 5 of those, and it adds up. I'd say $40 or $50, for a decent setup. So this one wasn't quite as bad, expensive here. So
then you got your spinner. Did you show your spinner?
No, buzz baits. The top order this time.
Yeah.
In the spring. Bugs bakes, and we've showed these horny toads in the past. These are 2 that I'll throw all year long, and it's going to get better as the summer starts. After spring's over with, the spawn's over with, when they come off the beds, these top orders going to be good. Always throw you a trailer hook on your buzz baits or spinner baits.
Okay, that's a good point right there. A trailer hook. You catch a lot of them on that one, don't you?
Well, you do. You absolutely do. And
and what do you think that's the reason? You think they're just going after the way back in
sometimes they just want to kill it rather than eat it.
Yeah.
So they just want, or maybe even scare it. And so that other hook back there will catch them. Or they're not trying to actually eat it.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
That's a few lures you can throw this time of the year. So
cool.
Mm-hmm.
You like those colors, like a root beer color and different colors.
There's watermelon seed, watermelon red, watermelon magic. And that is my favorite color, watermelon something or another. That. Red bug and June bug is the closest I can.
Now we're at April. We're at April now. Do you gonna start changing your technique any?
Yeah, I will. Like I say, once they come off the bed, which right now the fish are in all stages. There's some that haven't spawned. There's some that are actually spawning. There's some that have already spawned. So pre-spawn and post-spawn. You know, right now they're in all 3 stages of those. And so before they spawn, they're ready to eat. Before that's what they're going to do. After, they're ready to eat because they've done their thing. They're hungry. You know, and so right now is one of the best times of the year for bass fishing, in my opinion. You know, because they're in all stages and they're ready to eat. So. You got to get out there and give it a shot.
Any particular lake or waterway really hot right now compared to?
In this area?
Yeah.
Seminole still is.
Seminole is?
Yeah, and that'd be what I'd say the main one. The river's tough because it's high.
Yeah.
You know, it's still dirty. It's coming down. It's getting better, but the water's still dirty because of all the water flowing. You know.
Yeah.
And Seminole's real good. You can go front page of my site. Matt Beatty always sends me a fishing report from Lake Seminole. Probably about twice a month, and he's pretty honest about what to throw there and how they're catching them there. It's the top front right. There's a link on the front page of my site that'll let you know what's going on up there and how to catch them. You know.
All right, we got a lot more good information for you. Just we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's first show our fishing and times for today, outdoor times for today. Brought to us by Mark Cowart from Edgewater Beach Realty from all over throughout the Panhandle. Give Mark a call, 832-6000. Our times are 5:14 to 7:14 this morning, and this afternoon, late afternoon, 5:44 to 7:44. 2 good times to go. You can fit that in your time schedule. You should have some good luck today. It's going to be a beautiful day on the water. Okay? Now, we've got all kinds of things coming up. Alan, let's talk about this redfish tournament first. Trey Nick over there, that Nick's restaurant over in Chattahoochee Bay. We've been over there quite a bit and cover the tournament every now and then when we get a chance. But this is a good little tournament they have over there. Trey's a good fisherman himself. And this is going to be Saturday, May the 11th. Okay, it's the 8th one. Pay out $10,000 now, folks. That is good right there. That's a good redfish tournament.
And first place is $5,000. So
wow,
that's good money, especially for $200 entry fee. You know.
Yeah.
So
anyway, we'll talk more about that, but that's coming up pretty soon. Okay, right the first part of next month. All right.
We'll just go into some more some bass tournaments are coming up. May the 4th. This is an annual tournament that Franklin County has for project graduation.
Yeah, good cause.
Yeah, they raise money to keep the kids inside. You know, when they graduate, give them some stuff to do rather than get out there and get in trouble. So
this is May 4th there in White City.
Yeah, me and Steve McLemore won this last year, so hopefully we'll go in there and
do it
again.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, May the 4th down at White City. So, and there's more information on my website about it.
So put that on your calendar.
On down there.
May 4th. All right, then our next one.
That'll be this weekend, April 6th coming up. That's was the United Way of Santa Rosa County has having a bass tournament.
Okay.
So, and like I say, Carpenter's Park in Milton. If y'all can't remember all this stuff we're going to show you is on my website. You can go and get, you know, if you rush and get a pencil or a pen, you can just go there later and check it out and give them a shout.
Tuesday night shootout.
Tuesday night shootout started this past month, and I haven't fished either one of them because, well, like last Tuesday, it was so darn windy and cold. I said, I'm not going. I took the scales and the books up there to the few people that showed up and said, here you go.
Some guys really fished that.
They did.
I was wondering if they fished.
I think there was about 7 or 8 boats showed up, and usually we have 25 or 30. You know,
now, it was every other Tuesday.
It was just miserable every other Tuesday. It will be a week from today. Will be the next.
That was some brave souls to get up there.
Hopefully it'll be decent weather. It should be from here on out. You know, there's always the last blast around Easter time, and hopefully that was it.
Right.
So,
all right.
And we have a monthly trail around here, the Elite Anglers Team Trail. Our next one will be the 13th. We've already had one. We only have 4 a year. So if you're interested, it's kind of a high-end trail, $500 entry fee, but we're giving away a Skeeter bass boat or equivalent of probably $15,000 to $18,000 cash, depending on which way people want to go with it. So once again, on the website, I'll give you information about that. We fish Talcott, White City, and Lake Seminole. So
we want everyone, while we're talking about bass fishing today now, we're going to talk about this all month of April. We're really pushing the FWC program, the Trophy Bass Catch, and we're talking about the size. You get an award if it's on a lunker from 8 to 9.9 pounds. The trophy is from 10 to 12.9, and Hall of Fame is 13 pounds up. So the FWC is very commendable. They're doing that and recognizing the bass fishing. It's going to help on research, too, statewide. and people start recording
This
it.
is the time of the year that you'll catch it. You know, your odds are better this time of the year than most other times of the year of catching a lunker bass like that. So you can see by some of those pictures.
Yeah, we're going to have Chris Paxton, FWC biologist, come on the show pretty soon and talk more about it. But want to make you guys are exposed to it a lot.
Yeah, I'll put that on. I'll put that on my site, so I'll get the info and put it on there.
Yeah, that'd be good. So, if you want to catch a lunker this month, what's the best way to do it?
Well, it's going to go shallow.
Go shallow.
Go shallow because they're still in there spawning. You know,
Okay.
go looking for beds. That's a fact right now. So, but.
You had a couple more. Is that all
Well,
your announcements?
there's a couple more you want to mention. I wanted to mention about old Drew Benton. You know, I think you had him on here last month because he won the month before last $100,000, basically $107,000 once he got some of the contingency money from the boat he uses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, that was his first one. Last month he went to Smith Lake and came in 15th there, won another $12,500. You know, so he's doing really awesome.
That'll buy the groceries for the week.
It will. Yeah. It will. You know, and what they're after there is Angler of the Year. At the end of the year, the top 35 teams points-wise are going to get invited to the FLW Tour, which is $500,000 first place.
Wow.
So right now he's in second place in the points standing, you know, with 4 tournaments left to go. So, you know.
He's doing well.
He's doing really well for his first year. And that show that he won 2 months ago will be aired on NBC Sports Network this Sunday.
Okay.
So y'all be sure and watch that or record it and watch it later.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Good deal.
Yep. So, and I wanted to mention another TV show I saw the other day, Bass Champs fishing Lake Falcon. Just real quick, it's unbelievable the fish that are over there. The guy weighed in 5 fish that weighed 43 pounds the first day and 5 fish that weighed 42 pounds the second day for 10 fish of 87 pounds.
That's incredible.
It's incredible.
That's incredible.
Almost a 9-pound average, you know. They weighed in before 9 o'clock both days because they'd caught them real quick. Didn't want to take a chance on them dying, you know. Went ahead and took them in and weighed in. But I thought a 9-pound average.
Did it say what they were fishing with?
They showed they were fishing with crankbaits, Carolina rigs, and big jigs. You know, it was on a TV show. Yeah. So yep. So it's
all right.
Yep. If you're out there, don't forget your hats and your sunscreen because it's fixing to be hot. And
that's right.
You're going to get fried.
That's
you know,
right.
So don't forget that stuff.
Well, Alan, as always, thank you so much for coming on. All this great information.
Hey, thank you for having me once again.
We appreciate it. And a lot of bass fishermen out there know you appreciate it, and we appreciate your viewership. And today, sometime now, be sure to do something good for somebody. You have a great day, and God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.